Alright, y'all see these, right? You see how the chemtrails, how they're making the lines, right? Those lines spread out like that above. You see the straight line, then you see the ones that spread it out. They spread out all over the sky, you see? They spread out. They be doing this to block the sun. But this is why you're experiencing this Arctic blast all over the world. You feel me? It's your government. You feel me? But look, this is the thing. They low key wanted you quarantine. They wanted you to quarantine from the corona of the sun because it's cellular subdivision. But at the same time, they trying to keep the planet cool, right? As the delta, which is the UV, gets higher and higher in increments. So that means to go along with they plan with the vaccine, they have to keep giving you more increments, right? As the higher it goes, the higher you have to take the shot because, well, that's what they want you to do so they can complete their agenda, right? Because they always, the class act ties down to fucking drugs and devices, bro. These niggas be using drugs and devices on this, bro. This is sub-zero technology. So when a plasma hits the clouds, right, it turns into different ions dealing with graphene, calcium carbonate. But now they be using fucking barium and vanadium. It's just in a higher state of matter. And then it's dealing with the 5 natural gases or elements that's in a higher state of matter, right? So boom. This is why it be getting cold, because like when the plasma hits the clouds, it actually reflects the light back to the sun. Because delta means sun. So if the Air Force names some shit called Delta Force, that means they're against the sun. They're trying to make it colder on this planet. Really, it is a war going low key. Fuck what anybody else said. It low key is a war going on. Feel me? It's just they don't want to cause too much destruction on the people. They're trying to give you a chance. Wow. The ones that's already on this planet is causing destruction. But I mean, you gotta walk through the darkness, being a light. Feel me? Because the sun, the moon is only the moon with the backside of the sun because because the lands that sunk. So as they're rising back up, whatever is connected to dealing with almond, almond, dealing with the tree of life, is rising back up. So in their eyes, they're trying to sink it back down. Reason why they got fucking bombs and shit and fault lines, right? Because the fault lines or the highways is actually symbols that harness energy. So you can have the phi symbol, right? And then, like say Charlotte, got the phi symbol around it, lined up the middle. That represents how the light, epsilon, or the light hits the planet at a tilt, or the connections. Because you put one on top of another, and another on the top of another, and then another on top of another, it's going to look like 3 planets or 4 planets connecting with a line spectrum, right? But when you put it at a tilt, now it's like it's on an elliptical. Because really, it be heating up because of Sirius is coming through the Sirius portal, and then it hits all the other constellations around it, dealing with the sun too. And then boom, right? So when Zeta lines up with Omicron, it's going to be some heavy energy hit. Represent A through Z. But Omicron, little o, is part of the energy. Like dealing with like October and shit. October was like August. October was July. So if that was July 27th, you'll have to look you have to think of it as the Lionsgate portal. So the Lionsgate portal deals with because Sirius is a portal. It used to be a sun that nova, right? It's a neutron star, but it works as a portal, right? It's a gate. It's a gateway to Sirius A, B, C, and X. Feel me? So when that opens, those energies come through. That's where the gamma comes from, really. A, B, C, M, and X, right? Because really, when it comes with the M, that's all of them coming together, and then it forms the X. Well, the fourth level, the fourth state comes through. Feel me? So like, yeah, these niggas really. This is why it be cold though, cause the sun is hot as hell, bro. Like the sun is hot, nigga. Stars is hot. Feel me? This be day ass, bro. This is really how they be trying to remake a magnetics field, right? Because it actually holds a charge, right? But it's for whatever reflects up. Because what comes down, like the ethers from their little combination of compounds and chemical reactions, like that shit got it drops, right? That's why it be foggy. Like that's when it's foggy, they're definitely still behind the clouds going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because when you block the light, it blocks the heat. And light and heat is actually the reactants to your cells, or to your tetracovalent bonds. So that's why you feel charged up. And a lot of people that's not, their red blood cells probably dying, dealing with paralysis. You need to eat anything with amino acids, right? If you can, do some push-ups or something. Like, you gotta get your blood flow. It's about blood flow. This BV7 and shit is supposed to go against your blood flow, but it's only an airborne illness because they're putting it in our air. This is like us living in a fucking Holocaust chamber, yo. You feel me? That we are in a chamber, you feel me, of this gas, and it's killing millions of people. You feel me? They give you a little vaccine that they always say they don't know shit about and be knowing shit about, because it's actually it comes from alchemy. They have the book of Thoth. Feel me? It's all alchemist shit. All this shit, even in the clouds, it's alchemy, bro. It's 369 shit, bro. But our peoples knew what was going on. They knew we would fall and we would rise back up. But it was a time spell put on the shit before they set off and went in the physical, you feel me? They put a time spell up, right? The time spell was I'm not gonna say thousands or anything, because most of the thousands be hundreds and shit like that, but it makes sense when you subtract it from 2022, or from like 2012 to 2022 or 2023, you feel me? So the time loop spell was actually 369, and then the 3 was when it was breaking, right? Because the loop was 369, right? The rebirth, well, the 12 has always been 369, but the 12 was the 3, right? So it may repeat. That's what, like, Notre Dame is, whatever his fucking name, he used to count them up in like 4s. That's what that comes from, because the 12 is still a 3, right? It's just at a higher interval. So once it hits that 9 and repeats, it's in a higher interval. We're moving up to, we're like in the 6, right? And the 9th cycle